Hello and welcome to your Mystic Monday mashup for the week of December 17th through the 23rd. So as we move into this winter solstice and preparing for the holidays, we are moving into an energy that is a big reset. So it's kind of like a preliminary New Year's Eve or New Year's Day in that we get to kind of reset the cosmic energy this week. So it's a really big week for really cleansing things out, and we are going to dive into the energy and advice cards and then find some bad bitch affirmations to help you deal with your week ahead. So without further ado, our energy card from this week comes from the Moonchild Tarot, and it is Justice. So the Justice card is really about letting go of your preconceived notions and letting go of your preliminary judgments around people and situations in your life and finding a little more balance. It really is about viewing things without bias, without your own ideals of how things should play out, and letting yourself view things as they unfold and for the reality that they are. So if you think of justice as the ideal judge and jury for any given situation, you want it to be impartial. So you want your viewpoints of the world around you this week to be a little impartial so that you can really take in everything for what it is and see people for their authentic selves as opposed to the projections that you're placing upon them. So really get honest with yourself as you start to have reactions to the people in your life this week, and ask if these are coming from past interactions or preconceived notions that you have about this person, or maybe even projections from your past onto this person, or if they're actually what's occurring in front of you. So a game that I like to play when it comes to bringing my focus back into the present moment is I like to ask myself, what is it that I know? And so then I start to describe the situation with the sentence, this is what I know. And anything that follows that statement has to be based in sort of a fact. It can't be an assumption about someone. It can't be a gut feeling. It has to be the facts that this person or the situation has presented to you as facts. And as you start to gather those facts, you start to get a better reading on the situation outside of your emotional reactions. And this card can apply to yourself as well. So as you are looking at yourself in situations, as you are projecting yourself into your future plans, let go of any preconceived notions that you have about your own skills, talents, or flaws, because you are welcome to change as well. So this is really a card of maybe allowing for change. And I think that this is coming at a great time as we are moving into this reset with the winter solstice on the 21st. It might mean that people in your life will be treating you differently and reacting differently to situations. And a lot of times it'll be in a more positive way, but we have to allow the people in our lives to change. We have to see them for who they are in this current moment rather than projecting upon them who they used to be. So if you think of your own situation, your own circumstance, think of how frustrating it is when a family member or an old friend projects the personality traits that you had as a younger person onto your adult self. Because we all grow, we all change, we all develop, ideally into a better person. And so it feels really limiting when someone starts to assume that you are the way that you were 10 years ago, 20 years ago, maybe even 30 years ago, when you need to allow yourself to change, but you also need to allow for that change to happen in others. So assume that those around you are innocent until they're proven guilty this week, and give them the benefit of the doubt so that you can really recognize who it is that's standing in front of you and what is being presented to you in this moment, in this time, and as the person that you are and as the person that they are. In complement to this justice energy, our advice for the week from the Moonchild Tarot is the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands indicates that if we can get past these preconceived notions and these judgments on others, we're actually going to have the potential to find some really great co-creating partners. So in the world of the law of attraction, where our ideas create our reality, it's really powerful to find co-creators, as I like to call them, to call into your life, whether they be friends, partners, family members that have the same view of the world that can help embrace and really one-up your manifestations and your goals. So this Two of Wands energy is indicating that if you allow that you have changed and grown, and you allow other people in your life to have changed and grown, you allow them to surprise you in their ability to support your dreams. So I would say to tread into this water carefully this week, and as you start to see the facts in front of you as they're laying out, notice if there's anyone in your life that seems to have shifted into a vibration that's more similar to what you're craving in your world. So they say that you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So as you start to let go of your preconceived notions, let go of your judgments on those around you, and see people for who they are. Notice if there's people that are surprising you with their skills, their talents, their ambitions, their creativity. And if you have a few friends like that in your world, you can reach out to them and ask them to be your co-creating partner. And a practice that I indulge with one of my fellow co-creators is a practice that I learned from blogger and lifestyle guru Gala Darling, who does a magical morning practice. And the magical morning practice involves sending a voice memo via text to a friend that you have chosen as your co-creator. And in this voice memo, you list the things that you're grateful for in the day, your desires for the day. So you talk about your day that lies ahead of you as if it's already happened, because in the world of manifestations, the more that you see something as done and over and complete, the easier it is to call into your experience. So if you act as if all of your goals for the day have come to fruition, it's easier to ease into that energy throughout the day. So then your daily desires follow your gratitude list, and then after that you go into your long-term desires, which can be as long or short-term as you want, as long as they're outside of your day. They're goals that you're working on that are going to take more than 24 hours to manifest. And again, you say these in the past tense. So let's say that one of your goals is to be a published author. You would go into your long-term desires for that goal by speaking as if you have already published this book and it's a grand hit. So you would talk about how your book is the #1 on the bestsellers list, and you are being invited to speak about it all over the country, and you are invited on all of your favorite talk shows to speak about your book and all your favorite morning shows. And you would talk about those experiences as if they are happening in the moment or as if they have just happened, because your book has been published, all the work is done, and you are now just appreciating and enjoying that success. So that is the long-term goals manifestation. And once you find these co-creating partners, you can start to share these goals, and then a really beautiful practice to indulge in upon that is to then one-up each other's goals. And I don't mean that you try and make your goals better than your partner's. I mean that once you've heard their long-term desires, you then come back to them with your own experience of their long-term manifestation. So if your friend wants to be a published author, you can respond to that desire with the fact that you've already read their book and it's on your bookshelf, and you brag about it all the time, how your friend is a published author, and you have really learned a lot from their experience, and you've learned a lot from the things that they convey in their best-selling book. So you really kind of experience the manifestation with them in your own viewpoint, in your own mindset, and from your point of view, because your point of view of their success is going to be different than being first person in that experience. And it just helps to support their manifestations. So I really believe that that's what this Two of Wands energy is this week, is that as you start to let go of the judgment of those around you, you'll notice that you have some spiritual running buddies ready to sort of support this energy in your life. And you may have both been neglecting noticing that before, but as this energy shifts into this new paradigm, you are now open to express these desires and express these manifestations and sort of make this magic with someone in your life that's valuable to you. So now that we know the energy and the advice for the week, we're gonna move into the bad bitch affirmations for your week ahead. So if you haven't picked your card this week from my Instagram over at Michelle Shea, take a deep breath, settle in, and think of your manifestations for the week, and choose your card from the following image. So now that you have your card, we are going to dive right into these bad bitch affirmations. I want you to just really take in these affirmations and maybe place it somewhere on a post-it, on your computer, on your front door, so that you can see it as you go about your life this week. So if you pick card number 1, the card to the left of your screen, your bad bitch affirmation for the week is: bad bitches do whatever the fuck they want. So if you picked this card, I think that this week's Justice card is about letting go of judgments of yourself. So yes, it might involve the people around you as well, but as you embrace this idea that you get to do whatever the fuck you want, you have to recognize that you are in fact a bad bitch. And that means letting go of any judgments of unworthiness or any judgments that you are not ready or you are not good enough for the success that you are trying to manifest into your life, because you are. So embrace the fact that you are a bad bitch and get out there and do whatever the fuck it takes to make your manifestations happen. So if you pick card number 2, the card to the center of your screen, your card for this week is Honeybee. Just start the damn thing. So your Justice card this week is about letting go of judgments on time and when things should happen. Because a lot of times we have these grand ideas for our future and we try to plot them out on this metaphorical timeline so that we know that good things are going to come in the future. But the thing about creative inspiration and inspiration of any kind is that it's coming to you in the moment that you are supposed to take action. So there's a famous, I believe, Pablo Picasso quote that talks about how inspiration has to find you working. And so if you find that you are inspired to do some sort of action or project or work on some goal that's been in your mind, that is the moment that you are supposed to work on it. That is the moment you are supposed to start. So don't save your grand ideas for some date later in the future where you feel like you're more worthy of that success and more worthy of those rewards. There are unlimited amounts of creative inspiration in this world, so there's plenty where that came from. If you work on this goal and this idea, it's only going to prepare you that much further for all of the amazing creative projects that are in your future. But you have to start now. So let go of the judgments on when it should happen, let go of your timeline, and trust that the inspiration is coming at the exact right time for you to start the damn thing today. If you pick card number 3, the card to the right of your screen, your card for this week is I am a sexy, badass bitch aligning with my cosmic brilliance. So this card is about really embracing those manifestation goals and those manifestation powers that you have in your life. So let go of any judgments that you have about yourself for not being a powerful being, because you are. And the more that you start to align with your manifestations, the more you start to embrace your gratitude practice, your spiritual running buddies, and your long-term manifestation and one-upping practice with your co-creators, the more you will start to see amazing things being drawn into your life. And the beautiful thing about that Magical Monday practice that Gala Darling recommends is that you do have voice memos potentially saved on your phone so that at any given time you can go back 3 months, 6 months, however long you want as you do this project and be able to listen to your past manifestations. And the really cool thing that happens is you'll realize that a lot of your manifestations that you forgot were even something you were wishing for have already come true as you listen to your previous goals. So really embrace your power this week. Start to notice how the things that you're wishing for and visualizing in your mind are showing up for you over and over again. And trust that it's not coincidence. It's because you are aligning with your cosmic brilliance. So I hope that this reading has served you well. If you would like more tarot, you can always head over to michelleshewalker.com/tarot or /Reiki for more intuitive insights. And as we are moving into the new year, this channel is slightly changing things up. So be sure to subscribe by hitting the button below and maybe ring the bell to get notified when new videos post, because there is new content coming in the new year and I would hate for you to miss out on a single video.